More funding for education, improved teachers' welfare, public recognition, and regard for teachers, as well as adequate security in the nation's schools are some of the demands Nigerian teachers have made to mark the 2023 World Teachers' Day across the country. The teachers who gathered across the nation for the celebration called on government at all levels to address the shortage of teachers in schools by recruiting professionally qualified teachers. We have details in these packages by TVC correspondents.
5th October is a day set aside to celebrate teachers and the teaching profession. The theme for this year's commemoration is "The Teacher We Need for the Education We Want, the Global Trend to Reverse the Teacher Shortage." It draws attention to the shortage of teachers in Nigerian schools. According to UNESCO, the world needs over 69 million teachers to meet the target of Sustainable Development Goal 4 by 2030. Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria further reveals that Nigeria would need up to 300,000 additional teachers or more to address the huge number of out-of-school children crisis it's currently grappling with. As Nigeria joins the world to commemorate this day, the Teachers Union wants the federal government to look into the plight of teachers and prefer a lasting solution.
Teachers who are at the heart of education must be well-trained, professionally qualified, adequately recruited, empowered, motivated, and supported to be able to meet.
Ongoing international deliberation recommend changes that anchor on commitment, connection, communication, and creativity in prevailing traditional education methodology.
Vice President Kashim Shettima is here at the occasion representing the Nigerian president. He pledges the commitment of this administration to partnering with Nigerian teachers to ensure the nation's development.
We are not just going to focus solely on technological advancements. The human aspect of education is just as critical as the infrastructure. Our teachers deserve to be treated with the respect and dignity they deserve. It is my promise that we will work tirelessly to build a society where the teachers' reward begins to manifest here on earth.
Work towards addressing any bottlenecks in the implementation of these schemes, which is intended to improve the life of a teacher.
One after the other, the teachers took turns to display their skills in March past. The World Teachers' Day also availed the government the opportunity to reward some teachers and schools for their outstanding performances towards the development of the country. Helen Osamede Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
It was the occasion of the 2023 Teachers' Day, and teachers from public primary and secondary schools across the 3 senatorial districts of the state came together to celebrate at the state capital. They were joined by the governor of the state, Dapo Abiodun, at the occasion held at the Obas Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. The teachers and the request for better teaching and learning experience called for an urgent policy redirection to reduce number of out-of-school children in the state, recruitment of more teachers, among others.
As much as the state is working assiduously to drastically reduce the number of out-of-school children, then every bottleneck that impede pupils, student enrollment must be refilled.
They also used the opportunity of the event to commend the governor for his various interventions and welfare packages provided by his administration.
Increasing the minimum pension from 5,000 naira to 10,000 naira and quarterly payment of gratuity from 600 million naira to 1 billion naira.
As part of his plans for the development of education, provide employment opportunities and reduce poverty, the governor announced permanent employment of 1,000 out of the 2,000 existing teach interns and approved the engagement of another 2,000 Ogun teach interns.
Approved the engagement of 1,000 Ogun teach who have distinguished themselves during the 2-year probationary period as permanent teachers and full employment. By the same token, I hereby today approve the engagement for another 2,000
High point of the event was the presentation of letter of allocation of a 2-bedroom bungalow to one of the teachers in the state, Akim Badru, the winner of the Cambridge Dedicated Teachers Award. Kazim Olowe, TVC News, Abeokuta.
Last class, we talked about physical fitness.
Teachers are the custodians of knowledge and the architects of the future. Now, this important role is threatened with many challenges. In marking the Teachers' Day, Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat is not only here to felicitate with the teachers, but join in the discussion of global teachers' shortage that threatens to undermine the foundation of quality education.
There is always a capacity analysis to say how many teachers do we need. And in Lagos State, we have automatic replacement of our teachers, either voluntary retirement or statutory retirement. It's not just government, it's also you and me. How many of us have come back to appreciate our teachers? After all, they all taught all of us.
Some of the major problems are that teachers are overworked, undervalued, and underpaid, and more are forced to leave the profession the world needs. Some of the requests include prompt payment of salary, leave allowances, annual merit awards with brand new cars, recruitment of more teachers to replace retirees, among others.
We therefore appeal to our teacher-friendly governor and his deputy to follow suit by giving his pronouncement on this very germane request. 65 years elongation of service for Lagos State teachers.
Let them know the importance of teaching and the pay. If there is an increase in the payments, they will stay.
According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, the world needs 69 million more teachers by 2030 to achieve universal basic education. Yet current trends see this deficit increasing, with many teachers leaving the profession. Education is the most powerful tool, and that is why it's so important to celebrate teachers who facilitate learning, spread knowledge, and push us to be curious and excel. Take a minute to appreciate your teachers. For me, it's a big thank you to my teachers for making me to speak to the world. Adedoja, Salam Adeniyi, TVC News, Lagos.
The students line both sides of the road leading to the school to appreciate past and present teachers as they arrive. The Old Girls Association organized the program to honor the men and women who have worked as teachers in the school in the last 48 years. It was an emotional moment as former students graduated as young girls return as established career women to meet those teachers who helped shape their lives.
It's an opportunity. We are creating an opportunity for our old girls to come back and tell those former teachers thank you.
The association presented awards for outstanding performance to some 7 teachers. They are expected to keep putting in their best in building future leaders, even though teaching ranks amongst the lowest paid jobs in Nigeria.
Teachers are not properly paid. The teaching education sector is not properly, being celebrated. So it's exciting that the old girls of the college are actually doing this.
And I sincerely like what is happening right now.
The teachers are confident that they would enjoy greater rewards for service in the current political dispensation.
Thank you.
But beyond the monthly salary, teachers say true fulfillment lies in the knowledge of their contribution to nation building.
If I still have another opportunity, I still want to be a teacher. It was fun for me, bringing up young girls in particular in this school.
Not when we started, now it's really rewarding. And they have greater packages for us. I employ the youths, men and women, to come into teaching profession.
The students have a bright future to look forward to as they watch and listen to their predecessors, many of whom are leading in the private and public sectors. The Alumni Association also inaugurated a staff toilet project as their contribution to improving the working condition of teachers in the school. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
Talking about appreciating teachers, I'm joined now by Itoro Clement Isong, who is the National President, Federal Government Girls College Old Girls Association. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10. Talk to us about what inspired the decision to reach out to your former teachers.
Thank you for having me. Good evening. What inspired it? We've always appreciated our teachers, but we thought it was a time to give a platform to the old girls to say thank you to the teachers that inspired them, positively influenced their lives positively. So our teachers, our former teachers, they have an association. And when they reached out to us last year, they were having their inauguration of the association. We felt this was an opportunity to invite them to school on World Teachers' Day and call on our girls to say thank you to all of them. And the girls were very appreciative that they had this opportunity. Teachers they haven't seen in over 30 years. Maths teachers, physics teachers, English teachers. We had all of them there today and were able to say thank you to them.
It must have come with a huge nostalgic feeling. But having met them again, what have you identified to be a common challenge for both retired and serving teachers? And what areas do you think that government as well as private individuals can intervene?
For the former teachers, today they were filled with happiness. They didn't express much to us today, on the challenges they're facing. But I would know firsthand, my mother, 91 years old, she's a teacher. And up till now, she still does 2 days a week teaching the young people. And I know their, their compensation, she says it's quite meager, what we all chip in. So I'm sure for the teachers, it's something like that as well. For the current teachers, I was listening to the news and they had a lot they had to say: remuneration, work environment, training. I think all these are things that need to be looked into for the current teachers.
Clement Isong, I'm afraid that's our time. And thank you for all that you do. I wish you all the best. Thank you for talking to us tonight.
Thank you for having me.